So starting again?
Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of 365 Unplugged. I am Loryan Strant. This is the third day in a row. I am in this room wearing the same clothes with this man. It's getting a bit smelly. This man is?
Episode 3. This is episode 3, and I am Alistair Pugin. Normally when we record episodes of 365, it's a maximum of 20 minutes that I have to spend listening to his voice. And I can take it in low doses. We're on about minute 47 currently.
No.
This is episode
33.
33.
Yep.
13 more than I'd really like. But anyway, we're coming to you live from Ignite, and we're giving you the best news that Loryan curated, because I'm just the cameraman, that Loryan's curated over the last 17 hours. Well, no. Yes, possibly.
This morning.
Anyhow, fatigue set in. We have some announcements that we'd like to talk to you about.
So this is Ignite according to Loryan, basically. The best of Ignite.
Show according to Loryan.
Loryan's Ignite.
Loryan's Ignite.
So the first one is Microsoft 365 Learning Pathways. So effectively, if you're not familiar with what this is, it is a SharePoint solution that you can install into your existing Office 365.
So they
finally
launched it. Like properly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was originally, Office 365 Custom Learning. Then it became Microsoft 365 Learning Pathways, but it was still beta.
It was a weird
so
name.
today it's official.
There was a weird name.
Yeah, custom.
This is like blah, 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 what was it called? Man? In the old days, you could deploy it to
SharePoint 2010 something or other, Learning Hub, something like that. Yeah.
Productivity.
Anyway, Productivity Hub, I think that was it.
Yes, I deployed
So
it.
this is effectively a online learning portal that, realistically, what it does is it actually aggregates Microsoft content that you would normally go to places like support.office.com for. But what it allows you to do is to pick and choose what bits you want to show. So if you are already in Teams only mode, as you should be by now, get on with it. You can actually hide the Skype content. If you don't use Yammer, you can hide the Yammer content. Or if you're using Teams but not using it for voice, and why aren't you, shame on you, you can hide the voice content. But what's great about it is you can actually create your own playlists and your own kind of learning paths. So you can say, new starter, these are the things you need to know. And you can curate the content and say, you need to know this, you need to know this, you need to know this. You don't need to know all that kind of stuff. And what's great about it as well is it's not just install a solution and that's the end of it. You can actually, it will be updated on a quarterly basis. I think the actual structure.
So any content that Microsoft, because this sits on the back of Microsoft content. What's nice about that is content gets updated regularly every quarter.
Well, no, if you let me finish what I was saying and don't talk over me, as is our formula to do anyway, and I'm the person who does it. Effectively, the content is actually updated live. The actual platform is updated quarterly. So what that means is if for some reason Microsoft replaces a OneDrive video with a new video because there's a new feature, you don't actually have to do anything. The video, just when you go into it, is there.
Saying,
yeah, so that's not quarterly, that's live.
But you never let me finish. You
didn't let me finish.
All right, so let's agree to disagree about who finished first. Anyhow, it's a great platform. It gets deployed inside of SharePoint Online. And you can keep your users up to date with all the latest and greatest features that come from Microsoft in a proper learning fashion, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Will it replace a proper learning management system or third-party tools? Again, we have visitors. Hello.
Oh, God.
Great. Okay, this is getting awkward. Okay, I have to deal with that.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Jace.
Yeah. Thanks, gents.
Okay,
That's being recorded. Thank you.
Yeah.
Should have got a camera going that way too. And I didn't start the timer, so this is fantastic. So effectively,
You said it was a short one, right?
yeah, sure. I don't know. I've lost my train of thought. Let's move on to
We
the
were
next one.
talking about learning pathways.
I know, but we're wrapping it
Oh,
up.
we're done now because John and Jace showed up and sort of
Did
funny
inappropriate things at the
to
window,
glass,
so
yeah.
yeah.
Gonna have to get a squeegee and wash down the glass.
Let's talk about productivity score.
Ooh, what's that, Loryan?
Funny you should ask, Al. So, the productivity score is an exciting new feature. Effectively, if you are familiar with the Microsoft Secure Score, which a lot of people are not, so effectively what this is, the productivity...
You know that there are more scores now, not just the secure score.
There's also a network score.
Yeah.
Paul Andrew, there you go.
And there's a security score.
Yes,
in
there
Azure.
is. Yes, there is. So the productivity score, I don't know the full details, haven't had a chance to really go into it, but what it does is it looks at not just the usage, but the patterns of usage. So it's showing that, for example, people are sharing more files from OneDrive than SharePoint. Or something else that I haven't had a chance to look at. So that's about all I have to really offer, except I think we really need it.
Look, I really buy into the productivity score, so it extends what people used to think was the content add-on pack for end-user adoption.
Yeah, the Microsoft 365 usage analytics.
So what is that? MAU? No,
MAU is monthly active users.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where I was going.
That's a Microsoft stat.
MAU.
End users should focus
So
on their
it improves the MAU, right?
But that's for Microsoft, though. What about the people who are watching this, the end users?
The MAU. So think of this as your MAU. Anyhow, I like the productivity score because it gives you a single pane of glass. Look at that. Just slid that word in there, or that phrase, into what your users are doing with product. So not only is it about where people are sharing things from and tracking your patterns, but it also gives you a bird's eye view into what is happening in your organization. 347 minutes this month was wasted by one person setting up a meeting, right?
Well, and actually on that, what it actually gives you is actionable insights. So, hey, train these people on this. These people aren't using this feature. Maybe they need some training on it. And that's where it segues quite nicely into things like the Microsoft 365 learning pathway, that you can then have, hey, here's these training modules internally.
So targeted, like audience targeting.
Yeah.
But for education.
Of people, not the industry.
So it's the internal MAU.
Yeah.
It's specific. It's MAU specific. It's your very own MAU.
Yeah. Cool.
Did I add value?
Yeah, you did.
Fantastic.
Thanks, cameraman.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that.
Wow.
This is an episode we had with no timer and really only a handful of things to talk about. So let's wrap it up there. You do the announcement.
So thanks for listening to episode 3 of the special edition from Microsoft Ignite, and we recorded this specifically at Ignite, and Microsoft is giving away some Surface earbuds. How cool is that? Let's wait for him to come back. And more people waving. But anyway, so to our listeners, you can enter if you would like to win a set of Surface earbuds. It's not available to South Africans, so if you do enter, please put in an American address, and then you can enter. So go head over to https://aka.ms/podcast sweepstakes. One word, podcast sweepstakes. And if I enunciated the initials of podcast sweep and stakes, it is case insensitive, so it doesn't matter. Make sure you get your entries in before the 15th of December 2019 to qualify to win some Really Zulu on My Spoop earphones. Hit the like button, subscribe, smash it, bang it, and we'll chat to you soon.
Ciao, ciao.